All right. Favorite recovery meal, definitely pizza, and specifically a cheeseburger pizza from Grinders in San Francisco, and then fettuccine carbonara, hands down my favorite. My name is Shannon Morse, and I am the co-founder and visionary at The Green Door Life. So I had been some sort of instructor as it relates to fitness for a long time. I really had my hands in kind of a lot of different aspects of teaching movement of some sort. And my mother taught nutrition growing up, but the nutrition that she taught us growing up was a lot more about the foundations of health and not so much about body composition change. So I had a lot of experience training my body, but I didn't really understand how to fuel my body for a certain visual impact or for performance. So I knew what was quote unquote healthy, but I didn't really know how to make it work for me as it related to just how I felt like I wanted to look and feel from day to day. About 8 years ago now, I had tried all of the wrong things. So the cabbage soup diet, fasting, I've done just straight water fast before, I've done whole cleanses, low carb, and all of these things really weren't specific to me at all, right? I was just following a trend. It wasn't until one of my personal training clients asked me to coach her to be in a bikini competition. And I was like, I know nothing about that. So I'm going to ask my friend who's a coach for bikini competitors and ask him what he thinks. His response was, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do this for yourself. You can teach her and then you'll know for the rest of your life. So I decided to go all in. I thought for extreme results that it was going to take extreme measure. And my friend ended up putting me on the keto diet. And so what was interesting about that is that what I know now about keto is it works really well for men, most men, not so effective for females. And so I did this at the time with my partner, who's a male, and he got down to 5% body fat over the course of 3 months, and I lost maybe 5 pounds. And I felt bloated and I felt exhausted, and I was training 7 days a week, waking up first thing in the morning. And so from that point, I was like, okay, something isn't right here. Something just isn't working for my body. So through a very long experience of going down the wrong path, I stumbled across a man named Joe Klemczewski, who is the founder of a company called The Diet Doc. And I sat in his seminar for 8 hours as he shared with us the metabolic damage of the ketogenic diet. And I sat there going like, oh my gosh, he is walking me through everything that I've been experiencing for the last 3 months. So from there, I devoured his book in about 3 or 4 days. I applied it to myself. In about a month and a half, I had dropped 15 pounds, eating pizza, drinking wine, and balancing out everything else. I couldn't believe it because I was like, wow, this is so opposite from what I thought I had to do to get this kind of result in my body. And then I started to apply it to my personal training clients, different body types, different ages, different genders, and it worked for everybody. And after I did that test, I was sold. And I said, okay, we're going to make this my new life's work. The habits that I've developed from the education and just like the trials and errors that I made or experienced have really kind of given me now this platform to understand what works and to understand that everyone has their own individual preferences. And that's really one of the keys here, is that we're not trying to direct someone in this one pathway that has worked for me personally. We're looking to work with each individual and what they like, what types of activity they like, what does their schedule look like throughout the day, like all of these things that make it a sustainable practice. So we're really curating health to work for individuals. But as it relates to my own experience, what I think would be helpful for people to know is that really as it relates to behavior change, once you set a ball in motion, the key is to not stop. Because when we're building some of these wellness habits, moving your body, drinking water, keeping alcohol in moderation, balancing out nutrition, eating fresh, live food items, being out in nature, taking time for yourself. All of these things will serve you for your entire life, and they just become a habit. And so now that I've been doing this for so long, I don't have to think about it anymore. And I think that's one of it really does feel like a gift that I want to be able to share with other people who come through the Green Door, because once we build those habits and put them in place, they're on autopilot, and it just serves us tenfold for the rest of our life. And that is really like the biggest mission, to just build these habits of health so that you can thrive in the rest of your life with what you love to do.